Hello, my lovely Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel. This is a general reading for Sagittarius, so please do take what resonates and leave the rest, or check out other signs that may be in your chart if they resonate with you a bit more. Also, if you do like this, please do like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff, as it does help my channel grow and get it to the other Sagittarius out there that may need to hear this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a general reading. I will be using this deck as well as the Psychic Tarot deck and the Guardian Angel deck in case you're interested. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This first row, and hopefully you can see these, but I'll certainly go over them with you, and I will be doing clarifiers, of course. But the first row is kind of what you're in now. And then the second row is kind of what's to come. So within the next week or two, obviously time is fluid with tarot. So, it may spill over into March a little bit. This is more towards the end of February, beginning of March kind of situation. So it looks like we have the sun in reverse. So that's kind of saying to me that you've kind of been feeling like maybe you have been under a cloud, not really feeling like you've been living your best life so much lately, but I do feel like you do have choices that are coming to you soon. You have the Two of Wands here shortly after that, and that is making me feel like you are going to be given some opportunities, some incoming choices or options that are going to be kind of hopefully bringing you out of that feeling. So whatever it is that's kind of got you feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit like you're not really living up to your potential or your best life or doing exactly what you want right now, I do feel like you do have some choices coming. So this Two of Wands lets me know that there will be opportunity offers or options coming in, things that you can decide, at least have some say in what you kind of want to do going forward. The next card here we have is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. And this kind of is letting me know, typically that's a card where I feel like you are, you're working away, you're working really hard. A lot of times you're just plugging away, you may be working too much. But with it being in reverse, I feel like part of it is that may have been what was going on, okay? You may have been under a cloud because you feel like you're not getting your just desserts for how much work you're doing, or you've just been working so much that you're just kind of worn out. So it could be either or both. Maybe you've just been, you feel like you're overworked and underpaid. Or it could be that you just worked, you feel like you're just overworked. You just haven't had time to do anything for yourself. You are just beat down, you're exhausted, you're just spread too thin. And your decision here may have to do with that, where you have to decide, do you want to work less and have less, less funds potentially, but more time. This may have to do with work-life balance ultimately. Or it may be something where you have to choose to switch jobs. Do you want a totally different job where the stress is less, but so is the income? Or, it could be something where you're being offered a different position where, it's more money. So you feel like even though you're going to be working just as hard, you're going to be rewarded for it fairly. Whereas here, with this being in reverse, this may have been a situation where, this is part of the decision-making process, is because you feel like you've been up against it, where you've been working really, really hard. And you don't mind working hard, but you feel like you should be at least compensated fairly, and you don't feel like you have been. So I feel like this decision is kind of rooted in, in that regard. You're kind of deciding what's more important, work-life balance kind of situation. So I do feel like it's an opportunity revolving around your work-life balance, how much your work versus your income type of situation. Those kind of decisions I feel like are coming to you. So you will have some sort of say in that, which is good for you. Then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and that's under your Sun card. So I do feel like part of this Sun card in reverse and going forward may have been that there was an opportunity that you were waiting on that did not come through for you. And it may have been something where, you know, that's again, something where you felt like you were working really hard for this opportunity, you know, and it just didn't come through the way you wanted it to. You know, you missed out on a promotion for somebody else that got it, or, you know, you were really hoping for the raise and it was, you know, wasn't what you expected, or you were passed over for the raise or what have you this time. And so that's part of what, with it being right under the sun in reverse, that's part of what's made you kind of feel a little bit under a cloud, is because it's kind of been like this Knight of Swords, it's in reverse. So it brought you in kind of information that wasn't exactly what you wanted to hear potentially, or, you know, it didn't bring in the information at all that you were waiting on. So either way, it's not a positive moving forward that you were hoping for. And that was part of what caused the negative, you know, kind of feeling there. However, under your choices card here, the Knight of Wands card is in there, which is good news, because that means that something good is coming in as an opportunity. And that means that, you know, you have the ability to make a choice. You are going to have a choice, an opportunity. And that is probably what you're going to be contemplating, is that opportunity, again, what you want to do. So this is really good for you because, you know, you may have been passed over for a certain thing, and that may be what makes you, that may be what sparks you to say, okay, enough's enough. I need to make a change. And that's when this change is going to be available to you. And a lot of times, you know, it takes an unfortunate event or something that's not exactly what you wanted to happen in order to free you up for what is supposed to happen. So that may be what's happening here. This is an opportunity coming in, or someone coming in with an opportunity for you. Now the last card here is the Eight of Swords, or Wands rather, I apologize, Eight of Wands in reverse. So the Eight of Wands is typically a moving forward card. Because it's in reverse, I don't feel like that's you moving backwards, but what I do feel like is that is you kind of in a holding pattern, and especially with it falling under this, your Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like what you're doing is you're really just taking your time with this decision. I feel like this opportunity is coming into you for sure, and it's coming in fast, but perhaps, you know, you are being very cautious about that opportunity. Because it isn't the opportunity you were thinking about. It isn't the opportunity you were expecting. It isn't the opportunity you had kind of your heart set on, mind set on, thought set on. You may have had everything kind of planned out in your head of what you wanted to do, what you expected to happen. And when that didn't happen, when the Knight of Swords kind of in reverse, whether it was, again, you were passed over for a promotion, you didn't get the position you wanted or applied for, you didn't get the opportunity to invest or join into a group or a company that you wanted, you didn't get the raise that you wanted, that kind of thing, something like that didn't occur in the exact way that your mind had it planned, pre-planned. It kind of threw you off a little bit. So even though there is another opportunity here for you, I feel like you're still kind of in a decision process. You're still trying to kind of make sense of how it will flow with your work life, with your balance, with your money, how it will play into your work-life balance too. Because with the Wands, you know, how will it work with your relationship, with your personal life? How does that fit in with you and your the way you feel about things? So I feel like it's not a regression step at all. I just feel like it's you are really taking your time to make sure that this new opportunity, because it wasn't something you expected and it wasn't what you already had in mind, that you're kind of taking a moment to think about it. So we'll get some clarifiers here though, of course, and see if they help shed some light on some of this stuff, maybe give you some insight as to what's going on or what you want to do or need to think about going forward, certainly. So let's see what we've got for our lovely Sagittarius here. All right, how about the Sun in reverse? Can we get some clarifier on that? So spiritual union. And I feel like there again, you may have been in a funk too. Again, you've been under some sort of cloud. And again, it could be career related, it could be relationship related. Whatever it may be, you feel like you're not in sync, okay? The spiritual union is, it can be relationship wise, but it can also be spiritually in sync. It can mean like synchronicity. So this can be either the idea that you are, not that you've had a breakup, that you've been through something there, that's kind of put you under a cloud, not made you feel your best. Or it could be that you're just not feeling in sync with things. And it could be because, again, you maybe have been working too much and you don't feel like things are working out with you based on that. That may have affected your relationship as well. You may have had a relationship where they're saying, you're putting me not first. You're not putting me in a position of, your work is more important than me. Something of that nature, and that could cause problems. So I think what they're saying here is, what I feel here is that, if you want to be in a place where you're going to have harmony, spiritual, synchronicity, you're going to need to make a decision here with the decision card of something that's going to be a good balance for you, something that's a good work-life balance. So when you are making the decision, do make one that is of a good work-life balance for you. Can we get some clarification on this? Authority. So you have the authority here to make the decision, obviously. You are the one who is going to have to make the decision about this. And again, I feel like this is something where you have control completely over this. You get to decide what you want to do, but you do have to realize that whatever decision you make, it's going to affect those around you. So, if it's a job choice, it's not just you involved. And that's the kind of thing you need to realize, that those around you, if you're so focused on work, or if you have to take a different position, or if you have to move, your coworkers are affected, your family members are affected, what have you. So you have a lot of authority here, but use it wisely. How about this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, please? Mental conflict. Well, I think that's clear that that's been part of your mental conflict all along. Something related to your work, your finances, and that could be also what's happening here with, you could have had issues financially with a relationship, and that could be part of it too. The relationship could be like, we're having financial difficulties, and again, that's what's caused you to have this issue that you feel like, it's not that I'm not trying, I'm working my tail off, I'm just not making enough for what I do. They're saying you work too much, whatever it may be that's got you under this cloud. And again, that could be you've had a recent breakup, or you've had a split, or you're having strife in your relationship because of this. But it's definitely, I see that it's definitely tied to mental conflict regarding finances or your job. So I definitely feel like, your job, your finances, some regard, that is what choice you need to make a change with. You need to use your authority to make a change on that, because it's affecting all scopes of your life. And it is causing you mental conflict. And spiritual, it's affecting your spiritual union here, because your spiritual union, whether it be internal or with your significant others or loved ones, relationships, they're putting you under kind of a cloud. The sun is in reverse. It's not bright and happy and joyful. It's mental conflict. So can we get some clarification on this Knight of Swords? Stand your ground. So again, this is where, something that you expected to happen did not happen. You did not get the exact opportunity you wanted, or you didn't get what you wanted to happen. Maybe the raise you were hoping for, maybe the income you were wanting to increase, something of that nature, and it's led to more financial issues, or maybe something you were hoping financially to come through did not. But it's saying here, Spirit's saying here, the universe, they're telling you to stand your ground. Because even though this didn't happen, there is more opportunity coming your way. And as long as you stay on your ground, you stick to your authority and you stay strong, you will have more opportunities to make good decisions. So, don't just give up because okay, well, that didn't happen, so I'm just going to quit trying. Obviously, that didn't work. I tried, I applied 3 times, didn't get it, or I got passed over again by the same person, or, this same company or whatever, or this person has hurt my feelings again over finances or whatever it may be. Stand your ground. You are a strong person and you can do that. Knight of Wands, awareness. Okay, so you need to be aware that there is, an opportunity coming in, and you have the authority to make the decision about this opportunity. You need to be very aware that you have that coming. So do stand your ground. Do not give up, okay? Just because this one that you expected, planned on, tried for, did not come through. It may cause you some mental conflict. It may upset you. It may cause you to be, disheartened, upset, under a cloud, what have you. But it's just a minor setback for a short time. Because if you stand up, stand your ground, keep trying, keep plugging away, be aware there is another option coming. Okay, there are other opportunities coming. You have to be aware of them, though. You have to be looking for them because they may not be exactly what you were looking for. It may not even be in the same type of thing that you were looking for. But you have the authority to make the decision on them if you can acknowledge them, if you're aware of them. So keep your eyes open, keep peeled, and keep trying, keep plugging away. And this 8 of Swords and Swords, I keep saying swords, I apologize. 8 of Wands in reverse, obstacles and challenges. And again, I think here, this is you just taking a step back. I don't feel like this is anything major where, it's a major problem, but it is falling under mental conflict. And I feel like, to me, what this is the obstacle and challenge is really your mindset. Again, the card underlying here is where you've worked really, really hard. And then maybe, this didn't work out for you. Okay. So the challenge here is to keep from giving up. The challenge here is to keep awareness, keep authority, keep strong, stand your ground. Do not give up. Okay. So this 8 of Wands in reverse is kind of like you want to kind of like give up, pull back. I don't want to keep trying. I've already put so much effort into this other, idea, project, thought, plan, whatever, so much, poured so much into it, relationship, job opportunity, financial opportunity, whatever. I've done everything I can. I've done all of it. I give up. That's kind of where you are. But you know what? That's just your mental conflict telling you that. That's your obstacle and challenge. I think that's exactly what this is saying. Your obstacle and challenge is really just you, because you have the authority to make the decision. You need to just be aware that you have an opportunity coming and keep your eyes open for it. Do not regress. Do not say, I didn't make it this time. Stand your ground. Do not give up. Okay. Something is coming for you for sure. For sure. It's another opportunity, and it may not be what you expect. So again, you have to be aware that something's coming and keep your eyes open, because the obstacle and challenge is going to be for you to see it, recognize it, and not give up on it. Not give up because you don't get exactly what you expected ahead of time. And I know that's hard, easier said than done, but what kind of advice can we get from our angels here for you? We got a jumper here. Insight. So insight is going to be for and it's right on spiritual union. So I think the idea here with this is that you have to have some insight into knowing, ultimately you have to understand that whatever it is that's got you under this, you can get out of it. Okay. But it's something that you have to work for. You have to have the insight to realize that something is coming ahead, and it may not be what you want. It may not be exactly what you planned for. But if you want to have any sort of spiritual union, with spiritual synchronicity, even within yourself or with anybody else. You're going to have the insight to know that you're open to these ideas, okay? That you're open to other things. Don't be closed-minded and say, okay, well, I didn't get what I wanted, so, I'm done. Because you do need to stand your ground and keep going, okay? So what do we have for authority here? Charity. And I think, again, that's falling on your decision-making there. So in my mind, and just to point out too, I do see, the number 2 does pop up multiple times here, if that means anything to anyone. So you have a 5, a 7, but again, the number 2 is coming up multiple times here for you, if that has any meaning to anyone. But I think with charity and authority, it's telling you that, you can make a decision to do something that is good for you, but also good for those around you. So if part of your problem is that you're not really taking into consideration the whole scope, the whole breadth and scope of what's going on, and that's causing maybe relationship issues because you're so focused on one thing, that's what you need to do. You need to have some insight to think, maybe there are other options. Maybe just because this Knight of, Swords isn't the opportunity you wanted, or that you got and wanted, that there is a Knight of Wands coming that is an opportunity. And it could even be that has something to do with charity as well. It could be like an opportunity for working for a nonprofit or something that you enjoy that's helpful to you and others. Let's see about this mental conflict. So Archangel Michael is watching over you on this to help you with that mental conflict, to help you with your decision making, to help you with this feeling where you're kind of beating your head against a rock with work, finances, where with this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, where you're kind of like, you're working, but you're not doing, you're not getting where you want to go exactly. You're not getting what you want exactly, or doing what you want exactly, or progressing the way you want exactly. And it's causing you a little bit of mental conflict, either with yourself, with your work, with your relationships, whatever. But your Archangel Michael is here as a protector to protect you from any sort of issue. So do remember that you have that in your court, so that you can stand your ground a little bit more comfortably, knowing that you have protection. And then healing. So stand your ground and healing is over the Knight of Swords in reverse. And again, I think that is letting you know that it's going to take healing. You are going to be very upset. And understandably, if you had a plan in mind, if you were expecting something, if you had just fully kind of committed to something, you've been planning on something, trying something, working towards something, and it doesn't come through, you're upset. Of course you are. Who wouldn't be? And you're going to need to heal from that. But do not give up. Stand your ground. Heal from that and realize that there are other options. Be aware. Be aware that that's not your only option. There's a million other options. And one is coming in for you, Knight of Wands. So it's coming in very soon after that. So, be very aware. And Archangel Michael is looking out to protect you, to make sure it's a good opportunity. So you just heal past that, move through it, and you will get to a better place. And justice, and you'll get justice for that. That may not have been the opportunity for you. This is the opportunity for you. That may not have been as good an opportunity. This may be better, or just better suited for you. This may be an opportunity that is even more charitable, more authoritative. You have more positioning in this opportunity. You are a stronger figure in the opportunity. You have more control in the opportunity. It's a financially more charitable opportunity for you, fruitful opportunity for you, but it will be a justice to you. You will feel justified in this position. It is better for you than what you thought you wanted. It's like that old saying, thanks for unanswered prayers. That's what this is going to be for you. But you have to hang on. Don't give up. Stand your ground. Keep on keeping on, because you're doing great. And then the last one here, the obstacles and challenges over top of the 8 of Wands in reverse, is motivation. And again, I think that is just your angels are telling you, you cannot let your mind overthinking. You cannot let your mind talk you out of it. You can't get negative. You can't get pessimistic. You can't get down. You need to keep pushing through. Even if this seems like, well, this is different. This is not what I expected. This is not what this is not what I'm used to. Because anytime something's new, at first, also, even if it's great, when you first start something new, you're kind of resistant, right? You're kind of like, but that's not what I wanted, or that's not what I expected, or I don't really know what I'm doing here. You have a little bit of resistance. But you have motivation to move forward. Don't let it take you back, or don't let your mind take you backwards, because you can motivate yourself forward, and this will be a justice for you. So, you may miss out on this first opportunity. That's something that you've been planning on and wanting for a while, but something better, more justified for you, better for you, that is going to really give you the motivation that you want in your life to move forward and do better is going to come. And it's going to come fairly soon after what you don't want, or what you did want that doesn't come. It will come after that. So you'll just, I think you just need to hang through. So push through. You've got this. It's going to be great. But I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If it did not, please check out one of the other signs in your chart. Otherwise, I hope to see you back for weekend energy readings, and have a great weekend. Bye.